Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you the hidden keys that they're failing to tell you in order for you to lose your belly fat without having so many major setbacks. So if you stay tuned through the end, I'm going to walk you through not only through the hidden secrets, but also the two things that you must do so you can keep moving forward regardless of which workout app you're using or which workout program you follow. I wanted to share with you guys some simple steps that you can follow if you're really wanting to actually work on that belly area, that midsection that is such a struggle. And you have been doing all these different workout plans, especially during this pandemic or lockdown, whatever you want to call it. Because the reality is that there's a lot of good workout programs out there. However, very, very few actually are able to target and address those people, like probably like yourself, that are struggling with that belly fat area, with that midsection area. And the reason primarily is for three reasons. One is because you know the there's no way to really modify or track your level of compliance, because at the end of the day we know that you want to lose the belly fat, you want to drop weight, right? Get your waist size a little smaller. But there's one way, and that is the way to be able to comply to the program, because the reality is sometimes life gets busy and we fall off track. So that's one reason. Some of those workout plans, they don't have a way to ensure that you're complying with the step process that they provide you. Number two is that the reality, the science behind it is that if you are really want to finally get rid of that excess fat, you really need to add strength conditioning. Unfortunately, most of these programs are body weight based. They use push ups and lunges and burpees, and you actually need weights. Or maybe even perhaps some heavy bends, but you need that progression load, we call it inside, that you do 5%, no more than 10% throughout the program. So you make sure that you actually start laying down really good, strong, lean muscle. So that's number two. The third piece is pretty much that when you're at a little bit overweight, let's say 15, 20 pounds overweight from what you ideally want to be, your joints start aching because all the jarring, all the plyometrics, all the jumping, or maybe just simply all the running that they make you do. And there's many ways to skin a cat. Sorry, animal lovers, but there's many ways to skin a cat. And so with that said, I want to give you guys the view of how we use our program to help people lose belly fat without hurting their joints or even worse, aggravating old injuries. And one of the simple ways, the first thing that you need to do is to, compliance, be able to start something, track it, make sure that you actually track it. So at the end, let's say 2 3 weeks, you can say it did not work for me because I pushed myself 85%, 90% of the time. I completed and it didn't yield the results. Okay. The second thing is that you're able to try something new that is more adaptable to you. Not everybody can respond the same way, meaning not everybody does burpees, not everybody does battle ropes, not everybody does speed ladder, not everybody needs to do sprints, repeats. Um, so not everybody is going to be responding the same way. Oh, okay. So inside the Fit Lab, we use the Fit Lab method that I created, and it's based on the hormone workout generator, and it's all science based because we went through women's health studies and how hormones respond to weight loss and body fat accumulation and estrogen and everything else. And when it came down to belly fat, the formula was quite simple yet tricky to administer or comply to. So the formula is simple. You do 3 days of resistance training, strength conditioning, not just push-ups and squats. So you actually use weights or heavy bands. And 2 days, only 2 days, that it could probably be on the same days that you do strength conditioning, that you do high intensity interval training. Now there's various ones that we use inside, and those are like AMRAPs and EMO or just your basic high intensity intervals. And that's the fun part about it because you can actually get a lot of variety. You do not get bored. when you do your workouts, because some days you might want to do medicine ball, another day you want to do bosu, another day you want to do battle ropes, but the main goal is not to cause any injuries or re-injure yourself along the process. So that way your program that you follow is sustainable. Okay. Now, once you figure that out, and you know which one actually you're able to comply, especially with the change of weather, right? Most people I don't want to go for those long walks in the rain or in the snow, wherever you're at. So the next steps to do for you will be to reverse engineer, because we don't want to wreck yourself before you get off the starting line. So you want to reverse engineer, and instead of using a smart goal, we want to use the right goal. And we go through that inside the Fit Lab on what the right goal is versus the smart goal that most people use, which is the specific, measurable, realistic, and all that. We do not use that because we have seen over the decades that it's not proven to work long term for people. Okay, so the one last thing that you want to actually continue to move on and kind of be on the lookout when you are looking for a program to help you out is think of like Brené Brown, right? She mentions that not everybody is worth of your vulnerability, but your better version of yourself, is worth to everybody. So I know in the last couple of years, because the state of situations with the COVID, a lot of workout plans, a lot of fitness gyms are actually getting in the bandwagon of mindset and vulnerability and support and so on and so forth. But the reality is that this is your journey, and inside the Fit Lab, all we do here for you, we just help you navigate through your journey. We help you guide, and that's why we give you step by step proven steps based on your right goals. Okay, so don't feel like you have to like buckle or join the herd just because that's a belly fat group, or that's just a mom's group, or that's just a knee joint group. Just do not fall into that, because that might be putting you at disservice and actually getting you behind the eighth ball. So I hope you find this useful. Definitely look for the sample workouts that I share with you guys for people that are trying to lose the midsection belly fat without having to run for hours or be on the elliptical for days until your foot goes numb, because there are choices, and most importantly, there are better, safe choices out there for you. Until then, be well and keep on moving. Bye.